So before inviting the winners, let me give a brief outline about the opening range trading. That is the problems which we face in the opening range trading. Most of you do not know how to exit, despite discussing about over and over again in the last week also. Besides, we also discussed in the forum. Now, let's say that this is the kind of discussion we are going to have. Traders' performance, and the OR exit strategy, then an interview with winners. So these are the things which we're going to discuss briefly in the next 30 minutes. The trader's performance. Let's see the trader's performance. Of course, generally, when I have been discussing about that, loser are 80% are of the stock players are losers. They're in US or Germany or in China or India or Singapore, anywhere it is. Losers constitute 80% of the constitutions. And the winner, break-even traders are 15%. The winner is only 5%. So, but the problem is they don't have trading strategy. You may think that, okay, that is the main cause of the losing personality. But I would say mostly the losers are biased, number one. They don't have a strong mental attitude. They can't take losses immediately. They can't cut their losses. Generally speaking, they're not balanced in their views. So they can run the losses to any extent. But whenever they get into the profits, they want to cut the profits very short. So it has to be opposite. You have to cut your losses fast and run your profits. Instead of that, they do the opposite. That's the main problem of the losers. Now, of course, it's not easy to correct the problem. It takes longer time, duration to understand this equation. Even now, in our group, even after there's so much of training, people are upset if they get losses. Very funny. And also, they want to cut their profits very fast. So I do not know. Probably they don't know how to run their profits. But of course, being a short term, or we can say that winning the bread from the market, or living for trading, or printing our own money requires a lot of guts, a lot of training, a lot of balances, understanding about yourself, and whatnot. No, so it takes a longer time duration. Maybe it takes about 1 year also sometimes. But anyway, we are here to help you out to come to the top winning percentage, 5%. You can join the club very easily if you know about yourself and remove all your problems. Like, what is my problem? You have to find out. So for that, you have to record your statement in your trading journal. That's the most important thing. So how many of you are having trading journal? Despite telling about trading journal several times, I think maybe about last week I told that only 3 people are maintaining their journal. Now I think it has improved to 10 or 12 people. That's all, not more than that. So I request all the 55 people to record your information in the trading journal. So what does it do? You may think that it's a waste of time. No, actually, when you see through the journal, you'll know what mistakes you have done. And another thing is, it will be reinforced in your brain. All your problems will be reinforced, and you'll try to resolve them. That's a magic of the trading journal. So you have to understand that trading journal is a number one solution to almost all the problems. So it will eliminate the bias. It will eliminate your problems. It will eliminate it will record your problems, and you can easily eliminate it over a period of time. You'll know what's your progress and whatnot. So that's the most important thing about your trading journal. And we go to the next one. After that is, we have discussed about this. We have discussed several times about it, how to exit using your RSI. So it will protect your profits. The most important thing is you have to protect your profits and cut your losses fast. Look for the increasing RSI. The RSI is greater than 70 is a red flag. See, the RSI moves between maybe 0 to 100, but more than 70, it's a red flag. Once it goes above 70, that means it's overbought. That means anytime it can come down faster. at a faster rate. So you have to understand that RSI greater than 70 is a red flag. Of course, it can remain above 70 for several days, but still, if you see RSI more than 70, then you have to be careful about it. You should know that it's overbought. It's an overbought condition, and you should know how to. You have to be sure to book your profits. This is the only thing you have to see. It helps you to avoid the losses. Look for decreasing RSI. So how do you see that? Supposing the RSI is around 50, you know that the trend is not strong and it is going to go down. If it is going to from 50 to 45, then you have to understand that you have to avoid your losses. So cut your losses fast. The rapid falling of RSI is also a red signal, red flag. The most important thing is RSI can come fast, very fast in your 5 minutes chart or 15 minutes. I advocate only 15 minutes chart, but some people are using 5 minutes chart. Okay, you can graduate slowly to 15 minutes chart. And also you see that regularly intervals, you see your 15 minutes charts with your 1 day chart. And also your 5 minutes charts also, if at all it's needed. Some of you are not comfortable having 15 minutes chart. You can go back to your 5 minutes chart. Probably you can see 5 minutes, 15 minutes and 1 day chart and check how the RSI is behaving. So it takes a longer time to understand about this. The most important thing is yesterday, if you see that your stock like TCS and Infosys has gone up very short. Now on that particular day, you could understand that the IT sector itself has gone up about 200 days moving average. So at that time, when the IT sector itself has gone about 200 days moving average, it's not, of course, as a beginner you can sell it, but as after you get an experience, you are not supposed to sell it because the sector is entering into a bullish sign, and your stock is also at a bullish sign. How you can find out the stock is bullish sign? One person is telling that short it for 1940, and the stock is not obeying his order. And such kind of a big clients, he has got a big clientele base. So that means the stock will go higher and higher because all the shorters will cover their losses. The previous day it went down by 11%. You have to understand that the previous day it went down by 11%. It's for a blip. That is, it was like a flash crash. Flash crash means for a few seconds or few minutes, it was staying at 11%, and then immediately it came down to recovered the losses. Almost entire losses. It covered 10% of the losses in a very short span of time, in maybe about 2-3 minutes. I have not checked that thing. So the most important thing is you have to understand all these things. So how the stocks are behaving, the behavioral aspects of the stock is most important thing. So that means all are bullish on the TCS, all are bullish on the technological sector. Now the one understanding after checking the technological stock, I found that pharma stocks are having some kind of a selling is happening. Inside selling is happening. Inside selling in the sense all the people who have collected the stocks are slowly moving out of pharma. I don't say that there is a bearish signal. It can come down a bit and then again recover. So pharma stocks are being the hot money. They generally say that hot money is moving out of pharma and it is moving into IT sector. That's what they say. Hot money in the sense all the speculators, all the FIAs, all the DAs are moving out of moving out of pharma and then entering into your IT sector. That's why you could see that all stocks of IT, you can say that even the Tata LC, you can see that has gone up by 3-4%. All kind of even HCL has gone, Mindtree has gone, your Infosys has gone, TCS has gone. You know that the TCS has gone more than 5%. Infosys, I think it has gone up by 6%. And this kind of a thing you have to observe. That's the most important thing. Is observation is the most important thing in technical trading. So when you observe that, you should not be frightened by a small blip. Let's say 5 candles also, if it comes down, you have to see that what is happening. The big picture. They say that it is a big picture. You have to understand that the long-term trend of the stock is high. It's moving up, and the sector is getting into 200 days moving average. All the other stocks are getting into getting money into the stocks, and the volume is very high. That's the most important thing we talk about technical trading. Is the volume is the most important. Then the price action. The volume is also high. The price action, that is, that its stock is moving up. Volume is high. The stock is moving down. Then you have to be bearish and you have to shiver. But when volume is high and the stock is moving up, you have to catch hold of the stock. We'll say that you have to buy the stock using the best possible way. Say you're broker. Some of the people, see, I know a guy called Gragul. He's a very brave guy. What he does is, when he sees all this kind of a thing, he will go for a leveraged buying. Leverage means within the day, that bugger will go and ask the broker 10x, I want 10x. And then you'll take even 1%, even in the cash market, it goes to 10x, 10 times. Then you'll close it on the same day. So these kind of things, you don't have to do these kind of things. These kind of things you can learn a little bit. You see, you have to play only when you get experience. You should not play it now. Only when you can't go to 10x now immediately. You can go slowly to maybe 1.5x. Maybe you can ask for 50% leverage and then do that. Because when your predictions are wrong, you're going to lose that also. You have to be careful with that. So don't overplay. Just go slowly. It's not necessary. Tomorrow is not, world is not going to end tomorrow. Understand that market is going to be there. Whether Corona is there or not, market is going to be there forever. See, the world may not function for the next 10 days, 20 days, or 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. The stock market will always be functioning. So don't worry about that. Don't take the leverage right now. I just gave an example about it, and you can take it to your advantage a little later. So we'll go to the next one. First of all, you understand the fundamentals of this. Now I have taken, again, the RSI example. You can see that this is a Deepak nitrate. Deepak nitrate is in the range bound now. This is actually a 5 minutes chart or a 15 minutes chart or a 1 day chart. I don't know. But then, of course, you can see that the market, the stock has come down from 70. You can see that RSI was 70 when it was around 510. You can see that here it will be pointed out 70. Yes, it was excess of 70, and then now it is 51.86. This is what I would say, that it's a rapid fall of RSI. With the price may be stable. You may say that okay, 1% has gone down, but then see the rapid fall of RSI. This is where you have to be afraid. See, so many candles it has gone down, but still the price is holding up. But the RSI is down to 51%. Maybe now, you don't know. Now it can pick up. But this is called, I just want to tell you that it is a rapid fall of RSI. It is from 2 days. This 2 days. It is actually a 2-day chart. It's showing a minute chart, maybe 5 minutes chart. It's showing. So on 6/22, 22/6, the RSI was 70, and after 2 days, you can see that is RSI has come down to 504 rupees. Stock is 504. RSI has come down to 551.8. Maybe it can go up. I don't know. We'll have to check up. See, once you should know what the kind of candlesticks, candlesticks pattern also you see. Even the 5 minutes candlestick, it says that, see, in this here there is a gap up in between. You can there is a down here even before that. Yes, there is a gap up, and then again there is a gap up here. So this means it is a bullish sign, but then it has filled the gap. Both the gaps are filled when coming down. So these are the things you have to understand, you have to learn. And there is a hammer pattern in between near the end. That means it is not going to go up in the near future. Near future may be about 1 day or something. This is a 5 minute chart. You have to understand that. This is a 5 minute chart. Near future means it may be another 1 hour or 2 hours. So these are the things you have to understand about this from the RSI angle. You will understand all these things. So don't worry. Don't get confused. After you practice, as I told you that 100 hours practice if you do, automatically you'll come to know about this, and you can teach others. Maybe you can teach me also. So we'll go to the next slide and then see another example. Here is the RSI. See, you can see that RSI is above 70 in Reliance. And what happened to the Reliance stock? Now you have to be cautious. I said, okay, it's a 5-minute stock, a 5 minutes or a 15 minutes chart. You have to be cautious. See, RSI is above 70. What happened to Reliance? From 1,800, it has come down by 50 rupees. And that's a, see, for a long-term investors, you may laugh, okay, 50 rupees, I'll get back another 50 rupees. But for a short-term investor, that 50 rupees is a huge money because it comes to 3% nearly. 51 rupees is 3% in Reliance. So that's the most important thing. 3% you can't afford to lose. That's a big one. So when RSI, that means, in short, when RSI is above 70, you have to look for the signals to sell the stock. You have to look out for selling the stock. Though the trend is very strong, you have to look out for selling the stock. That's a key thing. So I have explained it in the nutshell about the RSI example, when what you have to do above 70, and I'm sure that you will practice and learn it from your perspective, from your experience, and you can use this example to strengthen your technical analysis and use this as a tool to book your profits. Let's go to the next one. See, the investors' performance details disclosed above are as shared by them from the trading journal. We have not validated the number. That means I expect them to be truthful. They are nice people. I don't say, but again, just for winning sake, don't tell me that you have won 20%, 25% and all. So kindly give me the right kind of information. So that's good for the entire community. You have to respect our community. As I said that we are a Buddhist community. So you have to say, what is it? The association is more important.
Sangam.
Sangam is more important. So we have not validated the number, but we believe that they have gone the right numbers. Let's see that. What's happening? Who are the winners? Rajesh J. 17.5% is from TCS. Give a big clap. Big hand to him. 17.5%. Excellent. That's fantastic. Rajesh J is a winner. Number one. And the next one. Rajesh A. All Rajesh. So if you have a name as Rajesh, you're going to be winner. He is also from TCS. He has scored 10.7%. He's a big boss. Yes, you're right. Somebody has said that he's a big boss. Muthu R. Muthu Rahavendra is 10.2%. Closely chasing Rajesh A. These three people are from TCS. And who is the fourth one? Amrit B. 7.25%. Fantastic. Excellent. Excellent. And then Prem Kumar G. 6%. So 4 of them are from TCS. Excellent. So 4 of them are from TCS. One is a businessman. Amrit B is a businessman, but he is doing it consistently. And Rajesh is doing consistently. Muthu, all are doing consistently. Very good. Well done. I expect the same kind of performance. Maybe here or there, 17.5%. I don't know whether anybody can achieve this. Again, it's a very huge percentage on a weekly basis. Now, if we are going to achieve 17.5% in a consistent manner, then what will happen to it? You have to understand what kind of returns you can get it. Do you know that? Do you know what kind of return you can get it? Just give a break and then find out.
We can beat Warren Buffett.
Which one? How much? How much, sir? What kind of percentage you expect?
In what?
Sir, suppose you are going to achieve 17.5%. You know, every week. What will happen in the days to come?
Infinity. We will get infinity.
Every month your
every week, sir.
Double.
Every week.
Every month your investment will double, right, sir? So if it's
every month it could double easily. It could month double means you're going to beat Warren Buffett, very shortly. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala is not the target. Now Warren Buffett is the target. If you're going to do 17.5%, doubling money in 6 weeks, and it's going to be 2 to the power of 8 times in 1 year. That is 2.56 crores for 1 lakh capital invested. Is it really possible? Definitely not. This is a outlier. Outlier means it's a Rajesh J has been gifted by God. We have to say that it's an outlier. That is a very rare performance. Rajesh A also is a very rare performance. Fantastic. They have done very well. But I don't think every week you can do this kind of a return. If you can make 3%, it's really great. Fantastic. 3% is a beautiful. Per week 3%. Then per month, how much it is? It's about 15% compounded. It's about 15% compounded. That's a very great return. See, I congratulate you. Fantastic. Very well done. But don't be disappointed if you don't score 17.5 next week. Even if you get about 5% from 17.5, don't think that there is a big a dip, because 5% is also an excellent return. A week on week. 5% per month itself is a great return. It's a fantastic return. The market is volatile, so you are able to do that. Excellent. Good. Well done. Now we would take a interview, how they have achieved it. We'll find out. And we'll start with Muthu. Muthu R, our favorite member of our team. So, and find out how they have done it. So Muthu R has been doing trading for the last about, at least from my knowledge, I can say that he has been doing trading or investing for the past 6-7 years. And I know Muthu very closely. So he has been an ardent, he has been working very hard. He has studied a lot of books. He has read a lot of books. Is passionate about investing, despite not finding time because he's TCS, he's working for TCS, and TCS makes all the people to work for 14 or 15 hours. Still, Muthu could find time to read books, and then he does trading. That's a great thing. Let's see Muthu. So Muthu is able to, you have to unlock that. Muthu ji, yes sir. Muthu ji, how could you achieve it? How could you achieve it, and what are the lessons you learned from this trading?
Okay, sir, I got a deck actually. I just one slide.
Oh, yes, sure.
On top, you can see the transactions that I have done. So we have got a number of transactions.
So 1 minute, Muthu.
Yeah. So the last week, though we had a number of calls, I had to stick on to a few things. I had my own set of rules, and so this is the methodology of execution I had. First and foremost thing is the stop loss that I always think about. It's always 1 rupee lesser than OR low, and I'm respecting it to the most. That's the first thing. And second thing that I'm doing is the position sizing, because still I'm learning. I'm not in a position to decide which one to put more and which one to put less. So I equally position size. For example, if my capital is 1 lakh, so if I have to take 4 shares, then I will split it as 25,000 per stock. So this is the second important aspect. And third important aspect is I will always put a GTT order, because I don't want to miss on things. Because last week I had missed on one stock that gave like 10%, Muthoot Finance, because that got triggered around 3 o'clock or 3:15. I had to put a point that I am not getting those things. And the next one that I had to do is, once the order is placed, the stop loss order is placed on OR low, no target order is placed on the first day. And I normally let it run till 5%. I'm not booking the profits yet. And after I achieved 5%, I start protecting the profits. So anything above 5%, I'm normally protecting it. And some kind of stock filter I'm trying to find out based on whatever the journaling I'm doing, what are the stocks I'm taking. The moment I get the list, I will look for the 15-minute candle and then 1-day candle, and I will look for the nearby resistances. And if the current price or the OR high is quite closer to the resistance, then I will probably avoid it, because we are getting some options. Like sometimes we are getting 4 or 5 stocks. I will take the ones which are like closer to 5%. The resistance is should be a little bit more than 5%. Then I will take that particular chart, and I will take the position. So certain rules, certain lessons I have learned in this journey is that the list is being received with 10 rules safe. So it's quite a good thing, and I need to trust that system. And I will pick the one where the stop loss is less than or equal to 5%. And I'm fine with it, though I did not pick things like Morpian or JCorp, where the stop loss was more than 5%. Still, it is fine for me. And I will always analyze the 15-minute and 1-day chart before placing the GTT for the, before placing the orders. I will always go through the 15-minute chart and 1-day chart very quickly. And I'm trying to be as emotionally controlled as possible, and I'm not afraid to cut down my losses. So that is one thing I'm trying to achieve, and I'm seeing that. And as you could see that I'm already one loose trade with 1.85%, but still it is fine. And how I'm getting that attitude, it's because I'm always getting another stock the next day, and it is going to take care of my losses. So that is what I am doing. One more thing I have learned from all the charts is that, or the chat we are having, is that if there is an event that is going to occur, I will normally avoid taking the position no matter what kind of profit I'm going to get. I've cut down on Panacea Biotech is because the results are scheduled for Monday, so I don't want to miss out on the profit, so I have cut down. And Avanti Feed also, I think result was today, but its stop loss was triggered. So these are some of the lessons I had learned. Of course, I need to check on the RSI part that we have learned today. So this is what I would like to share to you, sir.
Thank you, Muthu. Thank you for your expert view. And we'll go to next one.
Yeah, I will have to pass the control, right?
Yeah, you have to pass the control.
Okay, to Rajesh. I think I have the deck
So
for.
I sent one more link. Suppose if it disconnects, you have to join.
Oh, you are not put it in the regular one. Okay. I think it will be continued. No problem. So we'll go to the Rajesh A.
Yeah, I have the deck shared for him also, sir. So
okay, you can just
yeah, I will share his deck also. You can just Rajesh, you can continue.
Yeah, thank you, Muthu. Yeah, thank you, sir, for giving us the opportunity to go over like what we have learned so far. The first thing that I have listed out here is the process which we follow. Like basically we get the email from Dinesh, we will wait for that email, and once we receive it, we will put the alerts in the trading platform that we use based on the ORI, so that we need not keep checking it every now and then. So as and when the alerts are getting triggered, then I'll go ahead and place a buy order, provided if it sustains for more than 2 minutes. This is again based on our discussion last week, because what I was doing is as and when it immediately cuts, right? The first week I was going with the mad rush, and every time when I go and buy it, I always buy at a little higher price, which I could have easily avoided, because it immediately settles down after some time, and it gives you the opportunity to buy it again. And this came out of the discussion we had, and especially the question was raised by one of our member, Mr. Murli ji, and based on his question, you have given that answer also to us, sir, wherein we can follow a 2-minute thing and then wait and place the order, rather than just going for it. And also, like it will definitely give us an opportunity to get at least additional 0.5 to 1%, which I was not doing it in the first week. So I will put the buy order, and then I'll try to get it very close to the OR high price, and then for the systemic stop order, stop loss order, I'll always go with the over low of the day, but my preference is a little different here, because based on the pattern that I was observing, some of the stocks were going very close to the overlow or even hits the overlow and then reverses back. So this is again, Muthu also explains same thing. He always chooses 1 rupee less is what he told, right? But I'll go with a little different, like, based on what is the difference, right? Until what level of additional loss I can take. Based on that, I'll calculate and put the stop loss, which actually helped me to cut down the loss also to a little, lesser extent in some of the stocks. And then the last item which I have listed out is like running the profits with trailing stop loss. I am trying to do it as best as possible, but I'm still working on a strategy for that, because again, right, all the emotional control, everything is coming into picture, because as and when you start seeing the profits, like your emotions are pushing you to book it as soon as possible. So that part I'm still working on it. And the lessons learned, especially from what we have been going through for the past 2 weeks, is the first and foremost thing that I learned is don't chase it. As and when it cuts the price, it immediately goes up at least by a 0.5 to 1% within like fraction of seconds. And when we try to put a buy order with the market price during that time, we are losing that 1%. And when we are looking at a target of 5 to 7%, that 1% makes a lot of difference, which I've learned in the first week itself, and I'm trying to do it based on our discussion last week. And the next is in line with the first one, wherein like the price always gets stabilized after the initial rush, and then it is giving you an opportunity to buy at a very close range towards the high. And in case if we miss something, right, if let's say one stock is not even giving you that opportunity, let's not chase it, because there is always another opportunity that is readily available to us. And the next thing is, since we are now trying it as a short-term trading, let's not attach to any of the stocks. Meaning, like, we have been discussing, hearing from the forum about some of the very good stocks, and if such things are coming in the OR, and when it meets my target for the OR, let's book the profit, rather than we know this could go. Definitely it is going to go, but not immediately, at a very short term period. So that is one thing which I'm trying to follow. And especially on the stocks which we have discussed in the forum, for example, Hindustan Unilever, which Sarah has been telling us for a very long time. If we see some of such stocks coming up in the OR list, I always try to double up the money. When I say that, I also follow the exact same strategy that Muthu is doing. Let's say if there is 1 lakh capital, and if I have to go against 5 stocks, I'll split 20,000 each. But when I see such names coming up, I try to double it up to 40 rather than just going with 20, because that's going to give me more profit is what I feel. Then the initial week didn't give me a lot of confidence, because again, right, this is something new which we were trying through. But then after the discussion we had last week, where it was clearly explained on what are all the process they do between 9 to 9:45, or 9:15 to 10 before the list comes. Okay, thank you.
This is good. Okay.
Yeah, I was thank you, Jagdish. Okay, I was going on point number 5, right? As I said, the initial week when we were trying the system for the first time, the confidence level was not that high, because it's first time, and I was also going with the mad rush and everything. So, but after hearing the discussion, the chit chat that we had over the weekend, it has given us a lot of confidence, because a lot of efforts is going through in that first 45 minutes before even that list is coming to us, because there is a team which is working and they're taking care of, like, all the things before the list is being shared. So that confidence level has increased, and that helped us to make some right decisions over the last week. And the last point, which is a very important thing, which Sarah was keep on reiterating, but even on the first week I was not following it very diligently. But then later on over the weekend after the chit chat, I have created the complete journal and started listing out the mistakes which actually helped to avoid the same mistake to be continued, which again eventually helped us to cut down the losses quickly or at a very lesser level, and then increase the profits. And that's all, sir, I wanted to share. Hello.
Well,
Thank you, Rajesh. Thank you, Rajesh. Excellent presentation. Even I could take some points from your things. Wonderful. I again call upon Mr. Rajesh, another TCS man, who is the winner of this week, Rajesh Kumar Jayapalan. So he has made 17.5%, not 1%, 2%, it's 17.5%. So if you have invested 1 crore, then it is 17.5 lakhs in one go, 1 week. A wonderful percentage. Rajesh, kindly tell me, you would like to add anything other than this things mentioned by Muthu or Rajesh? And do you have any kind of special thing about how to protect your? I've seen from your ledger that your losses are less, but your profits are high. That is, you have run your profits and you cut your losses short. So I'd like to get from you how you could do this.
Yeah, first of all, I would like to thank you, sir, because the session I had with Finvision has enabled me to go ahead with whatever calls that you are giving on a daily basis. So thanks for that. And yeah, the way that I start is like pretty much same as what Muthu or Rajesh have told. So probably I'll also share a couple of slides I have with me, sir. Can you just give me a post control, Rajesh?
Sundar?
With full name.
It's with Rajesh, so Rajesh has to give him a post.
Rajesh Kumar Jayapalan.
Rajesh Arunagiri is the host, right?
Yeah. Hey, Rajesh, can you just make Jayapalan the host?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, you're the host now.
Yep. Okay, so the way others do, I also do pretty much same based on the discussion that we had for the last couple of weeks. So I simply do the same steps that you enlightened during the chit chat session during the elections. So the moment I receive mail from Dinesh, I just go ahead and add the script in my watch list, and then if in case if the script value is trading close to that ORI, I'll keep monitoring the the stock itself. If there is a huge gap, then I'll immediately go and add the scripts in my alert list, wherein I'll set the trigger with the ORI that I received. So with that, even in the case where the stocks are trading lower than the ORI price at the time of receiving mail, this alert will help me to enter at the right time. So the moment I get the alert, I'll again come back to the terminal, and then I'll keep watching the script. If it stays close to the ORI or above the ORI for a couple of minutes, like you mentioned or highlighted in the chit-chat session, I'll go ahead and execute that trade. So that's how I buy the stocks. And when it comes to selling, I mean pretty much like the way I set alert for buying, the moment my buy order gets executed, I immediately put a alert for O or low for that particular day. Like in case if I'm taking a position for any other script that I receive on that particular day, I'll put an alert with O or low. So that will actually with that I'll just put the alert and then I'll continue doing my work because the our lifestyle is totally different. So we kind of occupied with our day office work. So these alerts actually help us to kind of tells us like, okay, go check your terminal. There is something happening with the script that you're taken position. So after the alert, I just go check the price. Again, if it is trading lower than the O or low for a couple of minutes, I'll sell and then I'll book the loss and then I'll come out of it. In case if the stock is not reached the O or low for that particular day, I'll just leave it and then I'll go to bed. But before going to bed, I'll just update my ledger with the lowest of for that particular day. Okay, probably during that day I kept my O or low as a as a selling point, but for the next day I go little lesser than that also. Even if it is lower than the O or low, it will not happen eventually. But if there is a possibility that towards the end of day, if it closes lower less than the O or low, then I'll keep that as a stop loss for the next day. So I'll keep changing my trailing loss. That's how I do. And for the one which I'm sitting on profit, for example, let's take Morphin Lab, in which like on the day I received, we received the mail, it went up, like it went up. It closed in upper circuit, but then it gave chances to enter for close to 2 to 3 times, and I put little amount in the initial time. And then because I don't know, like because that was my first. To be frank, this was my second, stock that I entered using OR, and this is the second one. So I couldn't bet with full, with my full money, I can say. And but then it went up to the UC on that particular day, and I didn't book profit for that particular day. So because when I entered, it was almost when I entered, it was trading around 15%, on that particular day. So I thought like, why to book for 5%, because it closed in upper circuit. So and one more thing is I check RSI, but not to not like kind of every 5 minutes or every 50 minutes and all. But then I keep my stop losses pretty clear on a daily basis. So like I said, before going to bed, I'll just analyze the stock and then I'll fix a stop loss for that particular script for the next day, and then I'll put a GTD with the stop loss. So stop loss, I'll put it anytime in the system. Only profit, I'll just leave it, and based on how it performs, like how the market performs on that particular day, I'll decide on whether to book profit or not. So for Morphin, I booked profit on the next day because it hit upper circuit. And then when it hit upper circuit, I did not sell. And then after the trading starts, it started coming down. So I waited for the correction to happen. Like the correction happened more than 5%. So I just sold it and then moved after the stock, and that gave me kind of 15% profit, which was the first script that I booked profit. So which is like it's more than double digits. So I was like so happy. And then I started picking the other stocks that I received. So Midani is another stock, and this one also, like the day I received, the only the convention that the Morphin gave me is whenever I put my money, like I actually kind of split the money in equal parts. And then I'll bet on everything, whatever I feel I should go for it. Like for example, I kind of bought Biocon as well and few other stocks. But then I go with equal amount. But then it's simply something. I thought like why we should go equal amount. For example, when the script is like if it is a small cap or mid cap, chances are that like it performs once in a while, like it shoots up like fast. So I thought like when it is going very fast, like trading above 5% or 10%, then I thought, okay, let's put double the amount of what I do for large cap. Instead of putting smaller amount, I bet more on Midani. So though it is 6%, but the capital I put here is more. So I got little more than what I got for the Morphin Lab. And again, the profit booking, normally, I mean, like I said, I just put it on the previous day, based on the, I mean, if it is if I'm sitting on profit, I'll put my previous day closing price as a stop loss. Or in case if I'm if it's not sitting on a huge profit, then I'll go for the low for the previous day. So that's how I execute my orders.
Good. Thank you very much, Rajesh. So you can see that 225, there is a congestion. It has come thrice near 225 and then come down. So now you can enter the stock only when it crosses about 225.
225, yes.
Yes. Otherwise, it's of no use because there is a congestion point. They say that people always tell that between 225 to 230, there is a congestion point. So, okay, fine. Fantastic. So, this is how you have made profits, and very good to know that all the three of you have done I think you're doing it together. You are having as a group and then doing it together. It's good. Anyway, whatever it is. Consultation is also good, but then you should not confuse. No, the others should not have biases, and that should not implicate you. So fantastic.
Yes,
But when it is better to do it alone than to consult and do it. Maybe you can consult and take the views, but when deciding, you have to do it on your own. That's the most important thing. Good, sir. Good. Very good. Fantastic. You all done it. And let's meet again sometime in the near future. This meeting is not scheduled at all. And because people are upset with the loss, some of the people are upset if they are losing 1 or 2%. You should not have such kind of an upset. It's a learning experience. You have to see that it is a learning experience. You have lost a small amount. You have lost a small amount from your profit. That's what you have to see. See, you are in the learning phase. Minimum 100 days is required. That means 100 trading days is required. 100 trading days will come after 5 months. So only then you can understand clearly. So you have to understand, keep that in mind, and don't be upset for your losses. Don't raise your capital till you're comfortable. Once you're comfortable, you can just go ahead and then raise your capital. So for the time being, maybe you can do with 2 lakh and never go to 10 lakhs and all, or 1 crore. So even you may have 2 crores also. You could you just wait for some time till you learn the process, and then afterwards you can remove from the L from the learning and then start earning it. Best wishes, and let's meet again soon. Thank you.